Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? My name is Johnny Quest, and it's June 22nd, 23rd, at 1:30 in the morning on a Sunday. And through a request, a friend of mine wants to do a show, and he asked me a couple of questions. So I figured, why not post a video up on doing a bodybuilding show, preparing for a bodybuilding show. Um, this is what I tell a lot of people because a lot of people always ask me questions about competition. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to have to break this video up in two parts. Okay, so today's going to be part one, bodybuilding dieting. All right. With that said, here we go. A lot of people always ask me, what do I need to get ready for a competition? I always tell people, are you mentally ready? I mean, you could be physically ready, but if you're not mentally ready, you will flatten out on stage. Flatten out, I mean by you're not showing enough definition because the stress level in your body and anxiety of your body will release a certain hormone in your body that it will shut down anything, and you will cramp up on stage and you will pass out on stage, and then it will flatten out your muscles, meaning you're not going to see any definition because your body is going to start retaining water to withhold that part. You know, when you become I would say excited or nervous, you start sweating. Now, if your body doesn't have any sweat because you deplete your body from water, and your body shuts down, and all of a sudden your body starts freezing up on you, and you start flattening out because your body starts filling up itself with water. It's a safety mechanism. Like when your body gets really hot, what the safety mechanism of your body is to sweat. So your body pours out sweat out of its body to cool down the heating process. It's a normal mechanism in your body that does that. So this is a hormone in your body that releases water, and you flatten out on stage. So that's why I tell people, are you mentally ready? Because it's grueling on stage. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how rough it is on stage. You got everybody staring at you. Remember that. Everybody's looking at you. Now, if you, whichever class you decide to do, you're gonna have at least five people in the class, five plus whatever people in the class, depending on how big the show is. Everybody's looking at one individual after another after another. The judges are looking at you right there, one, two, three, four, five. Now, when all those mandatory poses are done with, you're gonna do a cycle of posing routine, not posing routine, but quarter turns, mandatory poses again, but this time by yourself. So they'll tell you, competitor, you have 60 seconds, and now you're like, what the hell I do in 60 seconds? So what people do is they do the mandatory poses. I do the mandatory poses because I don't like to do routine. A lot of people do their routine and the judges don't get to see exactly what they want to look for. Meaning, like, if you do a transition of a double bicep to a front lat spread, but you make it to a point where you're hiding it because you're trying to make it look fancy, then the judge is not going to see what you're actually trying to show. And so that's why I always do my mandatory poses with a little bit of flowing, gracefully into transition to the next pose, make it look nice and smooth, like you know what you're doing. Okay, that's where everybody's looking at you. Now, this is where the nerves kick in, your heart's racing, you do everything wrong, and you don't hold the poses long enough, and then all of a sudden nobody sees exactly what you're trying to pose. And then instead of doing 60 seconds, you actually do your whole routine in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then people are like, what was that? Who was that just posing? I didn't get to see anything. And then all of a sudden you walk off the stage. Judges be like, this guy didn't show me nothing. I mean, all right, next, because you gotta have the full package. You gotta have the full package. Otherwise, I mean, why are you gonna go on stage? Because it's cool? I think it's gonna be cool. No, you don't want to make a fool out of yourself. If you look, be honest with yourself. Get on front of the mirror, do a couple of poses, and be honest with yourself. Basically, I'm not gonna go on stage and look sloppy. I'm representing my body. This is what I train hard for, and I'm gonna show sloppy package on stage. No way. If I bailed out a day before the show because I wasn't mentally, physically ready. I was ready mentally, the beginning part of my stage, and then the last minute, I felt like, you know what, this is not working. Something is not right. I bailed out because of the fact that I didn't want to look like a fool on stage. I went to the show as as a audience, and I checked out the show, and I said to myself, man, I could have done the show. I could have done the show. I see the people on stage, and I'm like, I was better conditioned than that guy. And he won. I couldn't believe it. But my mind wasn't there. So, okay, I'm up at 5 o'clock and 4:30 in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, I go to train in the gym. This is the time period I was working in the gym, and I was working from 3 afternoon through closing time. And I'll have my clients in the morning as well. But I go in at 4:30 in the morning because the guy's there early in the morning, or I'll open up myself because I have the key. And I go in the gym, and I train with a buddy of mine, and she was doing a show as well. So we train hard, and this is her very first show as well, and she did great. But this is what I did. I walked in the gym, we worked out. I worked out really hardcore. I mean, hardcore as you can ever be. Did I do cardio? No, I didn't do no cardio. I'm there to train my muscles to make it look nice and tight, get every little bits of water out of the system. And then after I finish my show, after I finish working out, I go home. Before I go home, actually, I have a protein shake at the gym. I mix it up myself and I drink it. I always use Pro V60. It's Lita Brada brand, and it's excellent. It's 60 grams of protein. Now, after a workout, your body needs the most protein, so I used all the 60 grams, which is 2 scoops. So I mix it up really quick, and drink it. Now I'm good because you got that little magic window open after the workout. You know what people say, the first 2 hours is critical because of muscle growth. So I have my protein right away. Boom. I go home. I take a shower. I'm still hungry. That protein shake didn't do anything for me. The reason why is because it doesn't have enough calories. So it had enough protein to sustain my muscles, but not enough calories to fill me up. So I have a small bowl of oatmeal with the small little boxes of raisins, and I throw it in there. That becomes my natural sugar right there, and I'm done. Either if I have a client, I'll go straight to the gym with a protein shake. Or if I have nobody to train that day, I stay home and take a nap. 2 hours later, I'm eating my chicken with my yam potato. I use is batata. Batata in Spanish is like a Spanish yam, which is they call it here. I think it's bonita or boniata. Now I have that for the first meal, and my second meal of the day. And so I have that, and I have also uh, romaine lettuce, chicken, romaine lettuce, and batata, and oatmeal. That's it for the whole entire day. Now this is how I do it. The first meal, of course, was my protein shake, and then when I get home after workout, it's basically my oatmeal, my carbs, and that's it. And then after 2 hours later, I'm gonna have my batata with the chicken, 3 ounce chicken. Now, this is the last few minutes of the video I'm gonna put. This is how I cook my chicken. I cook my chicken. The chicken breast I buy. I cut off the fat, every little bit of fat I have. I clean it, get the little, that has like a little white film over the chicken breast. Get that out of there because it's, excuse me, that's gonna have nothing but grease. So you put a pot of water on the top of the stove. You boil it. Let the foam of the chicken comes out. A lot of foam is gonna come out, and a little bit of grease. Dump that water, clean the chicken, put more water in it, let it cook again. The whole process is gonna take about 3 or 4 times. The reason why is because you want the chicken to become dry as possible. You don't want no water fibers in between there. You don't want no fat in the chicken as well. All you want to get is the protein. Now, once that's done, you cut in small pieces, you weigh it. You want to have at least 4 to 6 ounces of chicken. That's going to give you about 25 to 30 grams of protein. So that's what you want to have. Now, basically, that's what you have now. The romaine lettuce is just clean romaine lettuce. My dressing is going to be flaxseed oil and vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and garlic. Garlic is good for the blood, and flaxseed oil is good. Like I said in my other video, flaxseed oil is good for fat, your natural fat, and your omegas in there. And the vinegar, it acts as a fat burner, and so it works great in unison together. So that's my dressing. Okay, I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna post another video right after this one. It's gonna be part 2, and it's up to 11 minutes right now. I'm trying to cut it down to 10 minutes, but it's so hard. And my next video, I'll finish talking about the rest. Okay. My name is Johnny Quest, and you've been trained.